guys, Mike with Old Iron. Out in the shop today. I want to do just a quick video. It's going to be a real quick one here. Came out here this afternoon, or this morning actually, and I was going to work on the rear hatch of the Camaro. I was going to take the back bumper off and start prepping that. I was going to work on the tailgate of the truck. That was my goal for the day. I came out here, the humidity in the garage was 96%. There's no way you can do any kind of body work with that, you know. So I started punching around with some other stuff. I'll take you off the tripod real quick and I'll show you exactly what I was doing today. Now, both of these are ready for high build. What my goal is to get them both like this, okay? Which is about 98% of the body work done. Now I've got little imperfections that I've still got to straighten out, but quite honestly, when I DA this down for the high build, it'll take care of 3/4 of what I'm marking. I mean, I got a little itty bitty mark right there. I don't even know if you can see that. Yeah, see that? I got that. I got to put some spot putty on there. And I'm not sure if it's the dust on it. I got to wipe this down. But right here, I'm pretty sure that body line's sagging. So I got to straighten that out right there. And when the primer was wet, I stuck my thumb right there. So, I mean, it'll sand out, but I still marked it anyway, you know. And a couple little divots right there. Or imperfections, same with right there. Just little stuff. I mean, they're 90%, or probably about 98% ready. If that makes any sense. And quite honestly, besides a few imperfections that I got to take care of, this side of the truck's probably straighter than it came from the factory. I mean, I'm not blowing my own horn, but I mean, I've put a massive amount of work in this thing. But I pulled the I set the dash for the rat rod on here. Now, when this was in the back of the car when I got it, it was rusted pretty much all the way up to here, you know. There was a little bit on the corners, and there was a little bit like over here, I think, and enough to kind of grab onto. And we took sheet metal, and I rolled it and stuck it down through here, and got that all attached, and then fiberglassed over it. And it's not going to be perfect, but it'll be decent, and it's a rat, man, you know. But quite honestly, if I run across one in better shape, I'll just swap them out. And if not, this one, I'm going to keep toying with it. It should be ready to go, you know. It'll be passable by the time I'm done with it. But I've been working on this, been sanding this. I got to get this, just like right here, you got this lip that goes down. Well, you got it on the back side here, and I lost a lot of it, so I got to get in there with the sand, with my one sanding block. I got a teardrop sanding block, and it'll let me get in that groove. And I got to shape that groove a little more and get it back, and then clean it up. It still needs a lot of work, but it's, you know, little victories, man, baby steps. And I came over here and I started working and cleaning up the firewall and stuff like that. And I'm going to etch it. It'll end up kind of looking like this. I mean, this is all this stuff, all this nasty looking stuff, that's just etch. So when I pull this out over here, I'm going to do the floorboards, which floorboards aren't bad on this car. All right. I've got a spot probably about that big over by the back corner, kind of like where the back seat clips in. There's a little spot. It's not all the way through, and I should be able to button cut it. I'm hoping. And then I've got a little right there. So I'm going to cut that out and patch that, weld that in, take care of that. And right now I'm just dicking around, man. I'm trying to bump ahead a little bit, I guess is the best way to put it. You know, so I started cleaning the towers, and I was working on the firewall. Just trying to get all the funk. There was like 8 layers of paint on it. So I got all that off, and I'll etch it and just let it sit. The etch that I use, you can leave it on there and it'll stop it from flashing for about a year or so, year and a half, you know, if it's in the garage. And then all you do is you take a Scotch-Brite and wet it down and kind of go over the whole thing, and it cleans it up and it will be ready for paint. I would not recommend what I'm doing here. I basically knocked it down. I've got a flat disc on the grinder, and it's like a worn out 120. So I don't even know. It's probably about a 200 grit right now. And I use that to knock everything down, and then I use the drill with the, it's got a poly brush on it to kind of get in some of the corners. I still got to pull the steering box and stuff. And then when I roll it out, I'll pull the suspension, do the outside here, put the new suspension on after we, I'm kind of torn if I'm just going to like pour 15, the engine compartment and the front clip, or if I'm going to epoxy it and actually put like a nice black car paint, you know. It's been a long day, guys. That's basically what we've been doing. Tried to clean up a little bit of this mess. I've got all these little projects, you know, that stuff that I gotta clean. And so days when I can't do body work and it's nice enough to be out here, I'm gonna be doing stuff like this, but I want to keep you guys updated. This here does not warrant a video on the Mustang. You know what I mean? But back to the floorboards. There's two small spots over on this side. Probably the one's maybe 10 inches by 10 inches, and the other one's, man, probably about that square, you know, like 4 inches square. And that's all that needs to be done on the passenger side. Driver's side, when I got the car, the whole kick panel was cut out. And I've got the kick panel. So I got to replace the kick panel right there. And the floors are good. And then cut and buff that little spot that's a little bigger than $50. And then the floors would be good. I can clean the floors. Get something on those. And then we can start working on the rear quarters. We got to do a little bit of work on the rear quarters. And I've still got a little bit of a dent on the roof over here. Now, this is a car that somebody took a Louisville Slugger to the roof. I got all that straightened out, and there's one spot over here that I still got to work on. And then get it cleaned up, get it in epoxy, and just move forward with it. But I need to get it out of here to do the floorboards. And before I can do that, I got to finish this, you know. So that's about it, guys. If you want to follow along with the different projects, please subscribe, hit that notification bell. Give the videos, you know, a good thumbs up. I'd really appreciate it. It helps with the algorithm. And we will see you soon.